Welcome to Sajine Clarity, a space to explore our clarity journey for survival to authenticity. I'm Sajine, and here we dive into the raw truths of breaking free from the expectations we've grown up with, rediscovering our voices, and thriving after life's challenges. But this isn't just about my story. It's about life, from relationships to self-discovery to messy, beautiful questions we all face. No topic is off limits here. So if you're ready to embrace courage, healing, and living life on your own terms, you're in the right place. Let's connect. Let's grow. Welcome to the journey. Welcome. I am truly happy to have you here on my show today. I think it's important to go through every day our questions now that we're going through a period of clarity, and we're going to make it through. Okay? So just to start off, before we dive in, a quick disclaimer. This podcast is for informational and inspirational purposes only. I'm not a licensed therapist, counselor, or medical professional, and the content shared here is based on personal experiences and insights. If you're facing significant challenges, please seek the support of a qualified professional. Remember, your journey is unique, and you deserve the care and guidance that's right for you. All right, welcome. Today's episode is called When Faith is Taught Through Fear, Reclaiming Boundaries, Trust, and Spiritual Autonomy. Now, it's important today. Why? Today, I want to talk about something that many people feel, but don't always have words for, and that is the difference between faith and fear-based control. A lot of us didn't walk away from faith because we were rebellious, broken, or weak. We walked away because something inside of us knew that what we were being taught was costing us our lives, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. This episode is not about attacking religion. It's about naming what happens when belief systems replace boundaries with fear. Because when faith is built on fear, people don't grow, they freeze. And if you've ever felt like you stopped trusting yourself, if you felt like one wrong step could erase you, if you felt like you had to hand your discernment over to someone else just to be safe, this episode is for you. Okay. So, the first one, how fear-based faith works. Fear-based faith doesn't start out loud. It starts subtle. It starts with messages like, don't question, just trust authority. If you're uncomfortable, that's conviction. If you doubt, something is wrong with you. Over time, fear becomes the motivator, not love, not curiosity, not growth. You're not taught how to discern, you're taught how to comply. Mistakes stop being learning experiences and start becoming moral failures. And eventually your nervous system learns it's not safe to think freely. That's not spiritual formation. That's conditioning. So this is the clarity point. Fear-based systems survive by disconnecting people from their inner authority. When people stop trusting themselves, they become easier to control. I don't know how many of you have been in situations like this. Maybe a lot of you, because I feel like it's a very common situation where they're always telling you that you are so sinful, evil, and that you don't know anything, but only certain people know how because they've been given the divine power to decipher things. They know better than you. And even though they tell you you should trust in Jesus, really they're saying trust in us. I don't think that's okay. I'll be honest with you. I have learned more about my God on my own. And a lot of things have come to the forefront. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. And I'm telling you, go out there, do it for yourself. And you have to ask questions. You have to question things, because the thing is if you don't do these things, how do you know that faith is going to be working for you? you know? And something that I learned today is a lot of things in the Bible show the dysfunctions that people went through, but then how they came out above when they put their trust in God, right? And they had Jesus later on to represent them. So let's keep going. The psychological cost. One of the biggest losses in fear-based belief systems is self-trust, right? We're taught we can't trust ourselves, that somebody else knows better for us. But watch when something goes wrong, how they no longer help you, and they say that it's because of you, and now you're just going to be shunned. When you're taught that someone else knows God better than you start outsourcing your decisions. You start asking, what am I doing wrong? What am I not? Oh, why am I not enough? Why do I feel disconnected? And instead of seeing that the system is harming you, you turn that pain inward. Oh, how easy for them to do that on you. That's how people end up staying too long, silencing themselves, over-functioning, doubting their intuition, not because they lack strength, but because they were taught strength was dangerous. So why so many injustices we see, and yet we stay quiet because we think, oh, they know better. They know better. No, you do know what's wrong, and it's time to step up. But you have to be strategic. Just like in any toxic relationship, you got to be strategic before you leave. You can't just expose it. No, you're just you. You just got to be strong. So another clarity point is when faith removes your ability to pivot, question, or grow, it becomes a cage, not a refuge. Part 3. Boundaries are not rebellion. So, part 3. Obedience versus boundaries. Boundaries are not rebellion. Boundaries are discernment. And last time I checked, in the Bible, it tells us we need to be discerning people, right? So, healthy faith says you are allowed to learn through living. Fear-based faith says one mistake defines you. Am I right? One mistake, you get told you're a sinner, right? And all the million other things they like to say about you, and then you get labeled. Boundaries allow you to pause, reflect, recalculate, choose again. That's not sin. That's being human. Even growth requires error. Even wisdom requires experience. If your faith doesn't allow you room for that, it's not forming you, it's shrinking you. So the clarity point on this is boundaries protect your relationship with God and yourself. They do not separate you, they integrate you. So I want to expand a little bit on this one because I don't like it when they label you automatic that you're a sinner just because you have boundaries. Many a time I heard, if you're a Christian, you can't have boundaries because God loves everyone just the way they are. So if he loves everybody just the way they are, you should too. So shame on you if you put a boundary on there, because that means you're pushing somebody away that you could have saved. That is the most dangerous lie they could have ever told you. Because like I've said, in the Bible, there's a million boundaries in there. And if somebody's telling you not to have boundaries, they're wrong. Walk away. Turn back. Those are manipulators. Because the only ones who get upset are the manipulators. And yes, you should question. Why? Because without questioning, how do you know something is good, right? It's just like a recipe. If we don't question why something is added into a recipe, and if we don't get an explanation, then you're thinking, what's going on? And the more information you have, the more you can make a great determination on many things. Part 4, reclaiming faith without fear. Here's the truth many people need to hear. You didn't lose faith. You lost safety. And when safety returns, faith often returns too, but in a healthier form. Reclaimed faith feels like choice, not coercion. Curiosity, not terror. Grace, not punishment. Trust, not surveillance. You don't have to abandon belief to heal. You just have to remove fear from the center. Clarity point. Faith that requires fear to survive is not faith, it's control. I don't know how many of you had no right to choose anything because now you're a sinner, so that's coercion. You cannot be curious because, oh my goodness, that is a no-no. So now you're terrified to be curious. Grace, not punishment, right? But the trust. I don't know how many times everybody gets surveillanced. It's almost like stalking. The thing is, they're always making sure that you're wearing the right stuff. You're not wearing too much makeup. You're not doing the right things. You're not drinking the right things, eating the right things. I mean, it's a whole list. And, when you are taught you can't trust yourself, that others know better, but you're only being surveillanced for terror and coercion and punishment, that's not okay. Let's start questioning things. The thing is many things that we have in our life, we need to do things. Let's see some things here. I think we need to start questioning a lot of things because the thing is in our lives, we need things. We really do. We're important beings. And the basic reasoning why I bring this to you today is because for the longest time, I feared so many things. Why? Because I couldn't do one little thing without having some type of issue at church. And the thing is, my faith has grown amazingly without having to go through all these hoops and things. I mean, when God said, when you learn these things, it will set you free. I would sit in church and I'm like, how are all these rules going to set me free? I didn't feel free. I felt the most caged up in my life. It was the horrifying fact that I did not have happiness. I had stress, anxiety, the doom feeling of that I wasn't doing the things right because, heaven forbid, I had my own questioning of things. I've always been a very analytical person and empathetic. So, and I question things a lot. Why? And yeah, I get it. Those 3-year-olds that say why a lot, they get on your nerves. But I wasn't 3. I was actually asking very intellectual questions of why. And the thing is now that I'm doing it on my own and searching for the truth, it actually all makes sense. It's amazing the amount of freedom that you get from doing things, So to me, I'm going to tell you off the bat right now that it's time to start questioning, start learning on your own, start doing things for yourself. Grab the Bible. If you don't have a Bible, guess what? There's Bible apps. There's different types of versions of the Bible that will help you learn. There's ones, if you like the Old English, they're still Old English. If you want to have language just how it's spoken day to day, it's there. Question it. Look for articles as well. Cross-reference things. It will help you understand that this journey is between you and God. No one else. You have the right to question and you'll get answers. I didn't think I'd get answers. I've gotten a million answers. And yeah, there's still the ones that I would like my particular answer. I know the only answer I've gotten is wait. And that's where my faith is tested. Amazingly tested. But I think one thing that I didn't know is they always said just to pray. But there was no action on there. And I'm not saying you just go do whatever you want. I mean, you can. It's a learning experience. But the other part is, why not ask God, show me the way. Make the doors open, guide me to where I need to be, so then that way this is all good, And many times we don't do it because we've been told we can't question. We can't research on our own. I don't know how many times I got told, because these individuals went to college for learning about the Bible and faith, they knew more because they had the credentials. And because I hadn't, you don't know anything. But you know what? Because I was the questioner, that's why they freaked out all the time, because they're like, oh boy, here she comes again. And I was a threat to them. Either way, check it out. Go in there. Start questioning. Whether you follow God or not, that's fine. But whatever your beliefs are, I say go out there, question them, and get your answers. Because that's what's going to make you whole. So I'm going to give you 5 journal prompts for your homework. First one is, where was fear used to control my choices? 2, what questions was I taught not to ask? 3, how did fear impact my self-trust? 4, what does safe, boundaried faith feel like to me? 5, what part of myself am I reclaiming now? Moving into my favorite part, our little guided meditation. So go ahead, take a deep breath. You are safe. You are allowed to be here. Release fear stored in the body. Invite trust. Reconnect to inner wisdom. Affirm that you are allowed to learn. Grow. And choose. Release that tension in your shoulders. Release all that tension in your arms, in your chest, your hips, your legs, your feet and hands. Be that curious self. Go spend time with your God or with whatever force you follow. Carry this sense of autonomy with you today. Breathe and release it all. You are always important. You're a beautiful creation. Today, I say, I'm going to start learning to trust. How do I trust? By taking steps. They can be baby steps. You're going to be okay. You're in a safe space. Know that you're important, valued. We're seeking clarity this year, and you'll be able to make it. Go ahead, open your eyes, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, start getting some flow and movement in the body. And let's start this week strong. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of Sajine Clarity. I hope it gave you something to think about, feel, or explore on your own journey. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to share it with someone who might need it or reach out to connect. Remember, go ahead, love it, follow me, share it, so my work gets to everybody that needs this type of clarity. And I ask that you help me in this journey to get this to everyone as much as possible.